And welcome back to Slushie Review. This is Keith.
And this is Chris.
And today we are back again doing Zack Snyder's Justice League. This movie is finally out. Came out earlier this week. It is basically, how do I explain it? A rehash, reshoot. It's a completely different version of the first movie. So welcome back. We're back at it again. Those dude boys are at it again. So this time, Zack Snyder gets to finish his movie. So a little backstory. He was shooting Justice League after Batman vs. Superman. Unfortunately, his daughter was in an accident and she passed away. So him and his wife, who was a producer on the movie, Deborah Snyder, they left the production. And then they brought in Joss Whedon to finish it. And as we know from watching the movie, Josh, J-Dubs, he decided to cut out a lot and change a lot of the actual movie. I don't know if you caught a lot of that.
Yeah.
But,
well, the tone definitely was different.
Oh, yes. This movie was more serious. There was no joking. The one part. Remember when Aquaman sits on the lasso of truth?
I noticed that was not in this movie. That was
not in it at all.
Yeah.
There was some other parts too. The Did You Bleed wasn't in it. That was fun.
That was fun.
The mustache gate wasn't in it. I was like, Josh, what are you doing?
Wheaties. He was fucking up, apparently.
Sam, he was.
I did enjoy his version of the movie, though. To be fair.
Wasn't bad.
No.
Oh, that's the thing. Revisionist history, right? I don't even think it's revisionist history. I think people just don't want to like the DCEU. I understand why they don't, but like me and you said, if you guys want to go back and listen to our DCEU episodes, they have a reason to have hate towards them. Mm-hmm. But if they would have just made Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, and then Justice League, Joss Whedon's Justice League, it would have been a tight trilogy and it would have been good. Instead, they didn't. Mm-hmm. And they, honestly, Suicide's fucked up everything, to be fair, in my opinion.
Yeah. And to be fair, I did enjoy Wonder Woman also.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that one, I don't think that detracted from anything at all. But
agree.
I just, the way that they're like, hey, here's at least 2 new characters who didn't get their own movie prior, getting thrown into Justice League. Enjoy.
If you think about it, Man of Steel was the first movie.
Yeah.
And then Batman, even though we know him, was technically introduced as a new character in Superman's movie.
Yeah.
And so they introduced 2 new characters in Batman vs. Superman, which is Batman and Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. And then they introduced 2 more in Justice League, which would be fine but they sped everything up. That's the problem, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman should have came in first, or Batman, whatever. You guys know how I feel about that.
It's not the same as the MCU, and a lot of people stack them up next to each other.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be even, or like it's gonna be fair. And I don't think it's fair to do that, because they both have their strong points, and they both have their weaknesses. Some, in my opinion, DC has more weaknesses in it than Marvel's does, but also I'm biased. I'm a huge Marvel fan compared to DC fan. I'm biased.
I don't think you're biased at all, because there is a movie called Suicide Squad. Because there is a movie called... And I'm not trying to show shade, it's just the truth.
Yeah.
And there is a movie called Birds of Prey. It's like these movies, they did them so quickly that it didn't make sense in the universe. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I get that from.
Okay.
So for me, I don't think it's any kind of bias. They have way more weaknesses. And because they didn't get time to tell the story. Okay? It's 2021. Right? Yeah, 2021. Just the way I said it sounded weird. I was like, Either way. It's 2021 and Man of Steel came out 8 years ago. And so if you count from 8 years, you had 9 movies.
Okay.
And this is a rehash of another movie. So 8 movies in 9 years. Not even. Actually, it was 8 movies in like 6 years. Because Birds of Prey came out in like 2018 and 2019.
Yeah.
So 6 years, you had 8 movies. Whereas Marvel had a chance to do 23 movies in 11 years.
Yeah.
So they had, regardless if you think it was more time periodically, they had more time movie-wise and movie length to tell a better story. And Justice League did not. Or DCEU did not. They tried too quickly. I mean, we didn't get our first Avengers movie until
2012.
Basically.
Yeah.
3 years. How many heroes were introduced? 4?
In Avengers?
No, before Avengers.
Yeah.
We had 4 heroes. We had Iron Man, Cap, Thor. Inside of Iron Man, we had Black Widow. We had Hawk and Thor, Hawkeye. So, and then Bruce. Let's not forget about. We already had the Hawk.
Yeah.
So every single one of our heroes have been introduced before the team up movie.
Yeah.
You
in
can't
some way
introduce the team up movie as the team up movie.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense. They didn't have a chance to do that.
Yeah.
They were like, here's Man of Steel. Also, team up.
Yeah.
Also, bigger team up.
Yeah, because that's what people could make the statement that Marvel has too many movies, and I'd tell you you're wrong. Mm-hmm. But I would tell you that DC didn't do enough to the same effect.
Facts.
Like Marvel made movies for all of their like flagship characters that became important in the movies, and DC didn't. Like you didn't even get a solo Batman movie, like you said.
Still didn't.
Like we've said in the past, that we didn't get a solo Ben Affleck Batman movie.
Nope.
And won't, apparently.
George Clooney got one.
Yeah. But like we're not gonna get one of those now.
Nope.
Apparently.
Nope.
And we may not get who knows if the Flash movie is going to be in universe? Who knows if the second Aquaman movie is even going to get made? Who knows? There probably won't be a Cyborg movie because Ray Fisher's like just done with Warner Brothers, and also Warner Brothers is just like alienating people left and right apparently. So they're shot.
I agree.
And whether this movie undoes that, I don't think it will. But if it does, like they're just going to have to recast everybody. And do you recast and then retell the same stories, or do you just like start everything over, or do you not even bother, or do you give it a couple years and then reboot Batman all over again?
Well, that's already happening
because they're already doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Reboot, then wait a couple years and reboot Superman, so that you can also fail your universe again.
Again, because Henry Cavill is Superman to me, and let me tell you, I like Brandon Routh. Christopher Reeve's done no wrong to me.
Yeah.
But I like Brandon Routh because he was great. He was also in Scott Pilgrim. Go check that episode out.
Yup.
But Henry Cavill is my Superman, guys.
I think that's fair.
And regardless of what Chris says, he's amazing.
We'll get to what I say.
I know you don't dislike Henry Cavill.
No,
but
not at all.
They're one and the same.
We'll get there.
If you dislike God, you dislike Jesus, okay? And I'm not saying that's an allegory for Superman. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
So which one is Superman? Or is he both?
Yes.
Or is he the whole Trinity? Is he the Holy Trinity?
When he stands in the sun, I tell you, I can't tell the difference.
We're all God's children in the dark.
Oh, it's the same. What is that from?
I forget.
Oh, God.
I forget.
love it. It sounds bad and good at the same time.
I feel like it's something creepy.
Yeah, I'm going to say, now I think about it probably not good. That's getting cut. I
think I heard it on Scrubs at one point.
Okay, that's cool. Because it sounded
I think it was like Turk. He said something about like banging an ugly chick or something. He's like, we're all God's children in the dark. Or maybe JD said it after the fact. But,
I was like, this sounds like some creepy SVU episode. And I was like, let's not.
I don't watch that show yet. I've been thinking about starting it.
I love SVU.
I know.
From the beginning?
Been thinking about it.
Episode 1?
Well, actually, I've been thinking about maybe picking and choosing episodes.
No, don't do that.
Or
episode 1.
Now, I heard about this one part, and I don't know if it exists or not, because it came up on another podcast that I listened to. They said that there was an episode that Bill Goldberg was in the opening part, and he was on PCP, and he tore apart a police station.
That could have happened.
And I don't know if it was real or not, because there was it was the New Day podcast, and they had a tournament going where they were trying to vote on good TV shows, and they were trying to sway a vote one way or the other, because Big E, one of the New Day members, loves Goldberg, and I don't know if it's a real thing or not, but they said it, and it swayed his vote. And it also made me want to watch it. So I don't know if it's real or not, but they said he was putting people through tables and glass windows and shit. So I don't know if it's real, but I would watch that.
A lot of people get started on that show, and if you say it's there, because Chadwick was on the show, Chadwick Boseman was on the show. Oh yeah, I love it. I remember when it came on, I was like, I know who that is.
Pre-Black Panther?
Yeah, absolutely. He was a lot younger. But he could have been. Honestly, he could have been, because that's happened a couple times in the show. So yeah.
Well, someone was on PCP and tore a place apart.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
I mean, shit. Who was it? I think Stabler. So he left. You know Stabler, right?
Yeah, Chris Maloney. He left the show. His last episode, he shot a kid in the face in the police station. Oh.
Yeah, in the police station. That's what drove him to quit.
Isn't he coming back though?
He is back, and he only came back so they can spin off to a new show.
About him?
Him and Benson, they're getting a new show. They're not going to be SVU anymore. They're going criminal or something. Yeah.
Criminal child shooters?
I think, honestly, it might be Cyber or something. I don't remember. It's something like that, though. Yeah, but they got a new show. I think it comes out this year.
Can't go to jail for shooting a computer in the face.
I mean, also. But, because what happened was the girl, she was doing something. She was trying to, I think she was trying to kill her abductor or something like that. But, they can't allow you just to kill people, apparently. So he ended up having to, choose, and he shot her. And then, it was a whole thing. Yeah.
Dang.
So that was but that's season 15, though. You should start episode 1 if you're going to start it, honestly, because it's a good show.
If I do, I will start at the beginning.
It's a good show.
If I do plan to watch it in earnest, I will start at the beginning.
3 years ago, I started episode 1, and I finished it.
Okay.
I finished up to the new stuff that they have on Netflix.
Okay.
I finished all the way up to whatever they add there. So if they add anything else in the last year and a half, I haven't seen it, but I've been looking. But they haven't added anything, so at least that I know of. They might have, but whatever.
Okay.
Either way.
How the hell did we get onto that? How did I get us on this?
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Let's see. Before we get into the show, this show is brought to you by homemade slushies.
Delicious.
With black cherry.
And mango.
Black cherry and mango. They're good.
2 great tastes that taste great together.
Facts.
I like it.
Who doesn't like black cherry?
Mine's almost gone.
So good.
And we're just starting, and mine's already getting low.
Yeah. I'm almost done with mine, so I was like, if you say so, I am done.
Mine is empty.
So, with that being said, thank you for listening. We definitely appreciate it. Make sure you follow us at Slushie Review on Twitter at Slushie Review. You can also check us out on YouTube. Just search Slushie Review. We pop up. We're the first result. And then check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And also, coming soon, Instagram. Follow us on IG.
The gram.
At Slushie Review Podcast.
Yes.
We just started it. Need some followers. Need some likes. All right, good job, Keith. Let's
as always.
Let's go with the plot. Young Chris.
All right. If you listen to the Justice League episode, just rewind and listen to it again.
Booyah!
Because we're going to the cast. No, we're not.
I wasn't
ready. He wasn't ready.
Trying to drink my drink.
All right. Let's see. So this one starts. All right. Zack Snyder cut Justice League. Starts out with Superman's death in Batman vs. Superman. And it like reverberates around the world, and you see the mother boxes, the 3 mother boxes around the world, around the planet Earth, start to react. They've been sleeping, as they say during the movie, since the ages ago, when a certain someone came to a certain planet and tried to do a certain something. Superman's death woke the mother boxes because everyone is terrified of fucking Superman out in the universe.
As they should.
And yes, they should be, honestly, because if he's on your side, great. If he's not on your side, you get fucked, because you're gonna get got. S gonna give it to you. It is so he dies, and Batman decides he has to honor his memory, or he promised him that he would like take care of things while Superman's away at camp, being dead. So he says he'll put together a team of people to defend the Earth. And they already know Wonder Woman, so that's 2. They find a couple other people. They find the Aquaman, the Flash, and Cyborg. New characters who didn't get their own movies prior to this, but this movie gives them their more background that the original cut didn't get, that the Joss Whedon cut did not give them. So they get a little more intros on Aquaman, definitely get more intro on the Flash, and definitely get more intro on Cyborg and more story about Cyborg.
Yeah, I would go Cyborg, and then Flash, Aquaman.
Yeah, in terms of
yeah.
highest to lowest, yep. Yes, definitely. So they all get new introductions and new little backgrounds. You get to see the mother boxes on Themyscira, in Atlantis, and in Cyborg's closet. You get to see them wake up, and then the Steppenwolf, the character Steppenwolf, is alerted to the awakening of the first mother box in Themyscira, teleports to the island of the Amazons, takes the box with some resistance, disappears. Shows up later, takes the one from Atlantis, disappears. Through an ill-advised, but ultimately successful, science experiment, the third mother box is awakened, and Steppenwolf takes that one also. So he gets all 3. We learn that Darkseid is his master. He's the reason that Steppenwolf is on Earth. He's claiming planets for Darkseid. He owes him, what did he say, 50,000 planets?
Yeah. Because
he somehow disgraced himself or shamed himself in Darkseid's presence or in his name. So he's on a mission of redemption to get back his honor and get back Darkseid's right hand or left hand maybe, or just in his presence. He's out here taking planets back, and we find out that not only are the mother boxes there, we find out that the anti-life equation exists on Earth, which is Darkseid's Infinity Gauntlet, I guess, for to use a similar thing, comparing it to a comic book MacGuffin movie thing. It's a big deal.
Do you know what it is? Or is that what you think it is? I mean, I don't know.
It's shit. It's a way to, I think, control life, control living things.
Oh.
I think. Again, not super familiar with DC versus as familiar as I am with Marvel stuff, which is also the reason I said I was biased toward Marvel. I knew a lot more about it before the movies even started coming out. I think it's a way for him to control life. But so Earth has that and the mother boxes, which is a way that he can terraform planets and everyone on them to become his servants. So
I just looked up anti-life equation.
Okay.
It is the anti-life equation has a power to dominate the will of any sentient race, in addition to reality-altering powers that twist and distort. And that's it. That's the end of the.
Okay. So it's nothing good.
No,
in his
it doesn't
hands.
sound good.
Nothing good in his hands.
So, okay. So previous owners. So current owners. Now I heard of this name only because I was looking up Justice League today. Current owners: Yuga Khan,
Okay.
Dreamer Beautiful, Grail, and Uaxis, which is UXAS. That's all I know.
Okay.
Previous owners: The Source, Darkseid, Pied Piper, partially Empress. she apparently she had it for a little bit. Mr. Miracle, Orion, like Orion's belt, $1 billion Bates, Sunny Sumo, Anti-Monitor.
I've heard of that.
You've heard of this next one. Steve Trevor. Yeah.
What?
I was like, oh okay.
Boy.
Yeah, so I'm not really for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, you could... Oh, the ability... Someone said there's the ability to control all free will. So, yeah. Okay. So, that's what I got. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Okay. So that's on Earth.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. That's on Earth, and Darkseid wants it, and Steppenwolf is the guy who's trying to get it for him. But in doing so, the first thing he finds out after the mother box things, so he's out here having people snatched to interrogate them about the locations of the mother boxes when he's not just out getting them themselves. Batman and his team decide they have to stop him. So they come into contact with him, into opposition with him. They get pretty well defeated and fairly easily defeated by him. They decide they have to bring back Superman. They do it. A lot happens in the movie. The good guys win. Surprise. If that surprises you, then sorry about movies surprising you, because apparently some people think that makes a bad movie. Anywho.
What?
When the good guys win.
Oh, yeah,
You told me that was a thing that someone was like, oh, this is a bad movie. The good guys are going to win. Then, like, everything ever is a bad movie.
Well, fair.
Because there's only, like, a couple movies, I think, where the bad guys probably win. And I can't think of any off the top of my head.
It's fair.
Because usually...
They don't.
They don't.
They only win in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, because what fun is that? You want to escape reality, go see a thing where the good people win, typically.
Facts.
That's a big fucking escape.
Fair.
So, that's the plot overview. We'll get it. We're going to get into this thing.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm going to throw it over to Keith for the cast of Justice League, the Zack Snyder cut.
Okay. Let's see.
So, there's a lot of people in this fucking movie.
A lot of people in this movie. Also, a lot of people we've talked about before.
Yup.
So, it's going to go relatively quickly, at least I think. Probably not, though, to be fair. Okay. First at bat. Ben Affleck is Batman.
I see what
Bruce
you did
Wayne.
there.
I didn't think of that.
First at bat.
I did not.
Man.
I did not do that on purpose.
No?
I
Well,
did
it worked.
now.
It worked.
But I actually didn't. You like my pun? So I'm going to cut it right before that. Yeah.
He didn't.
Editing, folks. So first, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm smart sometimes, but I'm also dumb. So either way, Ben Affleck is Batman Bruce Wayne, probably the best Batman ever, but that's my opinion. We also have Henry Cavill coming back as Superman Clark Kent, Chris's fave.
Okay.
We also... Okay.
Okay, guy.
Amy Adams is back as Lois Lane. Gal Gadot, which we figured that out.
Good eye.
Wonder Woman, Diana Prince. New to the cast, Ray Fisher. New to Justice League. That's about it. Cyborg, Victor Stone. We also have Jason Momoa, Aquaman, Arthur Curry. We also have Ezra Miller as the Flash, Barry Allen. Some other returning characters. William Dafoe. He was in the Aquaman movie. This is his first... The Snyder Cut is his first Justice League appearance. but he was only in the Aquaman movie. Jesse Eisenberg is back as Lex Luthor. Jeremy Irons is back as Alfred. Diane Lane is back as name redacted Kent.
Mother Box Kent.
Mother Box Kent. Connie Nielsen is back as Queen Hippolyta. Young J.K. Simmons slash Perry slash... not Perry, I'm sorry. Jameson. I said Perry, didn't I?
That was Lawrence Fishburne, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah. As Jameson, he's Commissioner Gordon. I don't know. Then we have Steppenwolf, Ciarán Hinds. He did the voice. I think he did the mocap for the first one.
Okay.
Right?
I'm not sure.
You don't know? Mm-mm. I thought that's the reason why I look all fucked up. Not because of him, but because they tried to do like motion capture and it looked all messed up.
Okay.
And then this one, he just looks...
He looked better.
He looked good.
Yeah.
Talk about scary.
Yeah.
He looked good. I was like,
he looked a lot better.
Why didn't they keep this Joss? J-Dubs fucking up. Ryan Zheng, he plays Ryan Cho. Amber Heard plays Mera. Joe Morton is Silas Stone, who's Cyborg's dad. He also creates Cyborg because he's a scientist. I'm pretty sure he's touted as one of the smarter people of DC.
Believable.
I think so.
His father?
Yeah. Silas Stone, I'm pretty sure.
I want to say Cyborg is up there also.
Well,
himself.
I would hope so. He's a fucking computer. Sorry, but he is.
Good point.
Let's see. There's a lot of people in this that, good for them. I'm happy they were in it, but I don't know them, and I don't think they need to be named. There's a lot of Icelandic people in it, and I can't. I'm not even gonna. I see Augusta, but that's it. Everything else is Jorg. There's a Killed with a KJELD. Good for them. Their name's probably not that hard to pronounce, but as I'm reading it, I'm an ignorant American at this point. And I stand by it. God darn it. I'm trying to see.
Melting pot my ass.
Same. Ray Porter did the voice for Darkseid. I'm not for sure who that is, but he did the voice for Darkseid. Let's find out. I think he just does the voice work. Yeah, because I don't know what else he was in. Yeah, he doesn't really do. He does a lot of behind the scenes stuff. But either way, then Peter Guinness, he's the voice of Desaad. His name sounds familiar, but I couldn't tell you who he is. No. He starred in a lot of 90s movies. Not starred, but he was in, and I don't look familiar to me. I know there's one person I'm going to name, but I haven't got to them yet. Carla Gugino, she's the voice of the ship. Superman ship. You also had Russell Crowe's voice as Jor-El. And then you also had Papa Kent voice. What's his name?
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner, his voice was in there. I think his voice was in there. He doesn't show up here, but I'm pretty sure his voice was there. And then the only other person that I can remember... Oh, okay, here's some more people. Okay, they got this all fucked up. Kevin Costner, Jonathan Kent. Billy Cudrup, he's Henry Allen. These are people who are uncredited. Why? He had lines. What do you call? What's the name? Podcast favorite, Joe Magniello, as Deathstroke / Flash Thompson / the guy who gets eaten by a wolf in Rampage. I like this guy. And Robin Wright, she was a big star in the 90s. She plays Antiope. And then last but not least, but also my favorite, Jared Leto as the Joker. He's in there. And I don't know who future Flash was. They don't ever say. So, because it's not the same guy, and it can't be.
Wait, what?
Yeah. The Flash that was in the metal suit?
That wasn't him? I thought that was just Ezra Miller with a little mustache.
That did not look like him. Did it? I thought it was a whole different person.
I thought it was just him with a mustache.
So, after looking it up, I guess it's the same guy. Who knows? But either way, that is the cast. Let's get into some likes.
Let's do it.
Who want to go first?
You go first.
Ooh. I wasn't ready for that.
No?
No, I'm ready now.
Yeah.
Well, by ready, I mean, I'm going to probably cut all this. Okay. I'll go first. Okay. First like, Zack Snyder, Justice League. My first like, and from the moment I watched this yesterday, and then I watched it today again with Chris. But I watched it yesterday by myself. And I remember watching it, and I thought the same thing for my like when I watched it today. And my first like was calling out to the mother boxes makes complete sense. When Superman died and his voice amplified throughout the world and it woke up the mother boxes, because they are unknown, they're not from this earth, so why wouldn't they know when somebody who can defeat them dies? Because that's the universe. It's not my universe, it's their universe. You know what I mean? So to me, when the first Justice League, and I know that's what we're going to do. We're going to end up comparing Justice League to Justice League, which I think we should. It's not like I'm comparing this Justice League to Endgame. You know what I mean? So I think we should. And if I'm comparing it to, it's like, hey, the mother boxes woke up. We didn't see any of that happening. We didn't see the mother box waking up. We just saw, here's Darkseid. Oh, shoot. Okay. Like, that's it. Like, if you remember, I don't know if you remember, but this shows them waking up and it, you know, them calling out as he dies, and it makes so much more sense when I watch it. I was like, yeah, I get that. That makes sense to me, and I liked it. So there's that. Second like, the scene at the end of Batman vs. Superman with Jesse Eisenberg, depending on which Batman vs. Superman you watch, because there's two different ones. Right? You knew that, right?
Yes.
There's like a theatrical cut, which is like 30 minutes longer. I think that's also where DC keeps fucking up at too. But
they keep releasing like two versions of their movies.
Come on, man. Let's just... And it's not even like, oh, alternate ending. It's like, this actually matters. You know what I mean? Like, then let it matter. If anything, Endgame, and I'm not comparing it to, but if anything Endgame did was showed you that you can put out a 3-hour movie and people are going to fucking watch it.
Yeah.
And they're going to
if they want to.
Yeah. So put out a Batman vs. Superman was like 2 hours, and the extended cut is like 2.5 hours. So?
Yeah. Honestly.
Oh no, give me more Superman. Sucks. Sorry.
Well.
Not for me. Me, Keith. So, either way, at the end of it, they showed Lex Luthor in the water as he's getting arrested with an alien figure, which is, you find out that it's not Steppenwolf. What it is it's the ship, the alien ship, directing him on what Steppenwolf is and what he's going to do with the mother boxes. And so you see that. And then in this one, they also show it again. And now you kind of put it together because you're like, okay, mother boxes. Okay. And then you show Lex Luthor in the thing with the alien, which is Steppenwolf. And you're like, this kind of all makes sense. It kind of explains it a little bit more. And I'm like, okay, I'm understanding now. I'm putting 2 and 2 together. Honestly, most of my likes are just like, hey, that was explained to me. Thank you. 4-hour movie. Like, I appreciate it because you can't in some of these movies, Marvel does it, but I think they do it better. Even though I'm not comparing, I think they do it better where they don't explain certain things, but certain things are explained. And in DC movies, they aren't really explaining anything, and the things that need to be explained don't need to be explained. Hey, Superman can fly. No, we know. We got that. That's it. That's it. When is he coming back? Come on, chop chop. Like, that's what we care about. Either way. So that's 2. Third, and I wrote this down way before, an hour before the scene happened, because I knew it was coming up, and I knew Chris. I don't know if Chris liked it or not. I have no clue, but I knew it was coming up, and I was like, "Ooh, can't wait!" And I said something to him. I was like, "Watch this, Martian Manhunter." PlayStation 2 used to have this game. It's like DC Heroes. You play online, something like that, and you can pick through all the DC heroes. That was my first introduction of Martian Manhunter, and I never knew who he was before. And that was my first introduction to Green Lantern besides the Ryan Reynolds movie, which actually wasn't as bad as everyone said it was. Side note, Ryan Reynolds watched it over the weekend for the first time.
I heard about that.
He never watched it before. He was like, this is not that bad. I'm like, no, it's really not.
Really? Because I assumed that it was just going to be him like shitting on it.
No.
Okay, good. Because I still haven't seen it, and I kind of want to watch it.
You still haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, we should definitely watch it.
Is it on? Like, is it on HBO Max or anything like that?
But I don't know. I have no idea.
I feel like it should be on there.
Probably not. It was badly received, so.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely was. I didn't see it, but I knew. I didn't see it, but I knew everyone hated it because no one was shy about saying that they hated it.
The thing about it that everyone said was bad was the CGI, but I was like, I mean, it doesn't look worse than anything else.
Bad CG doesn't make a bad movie to me.
Facts. It made sense to me. So I was like, okay.
I mean, you gotta paint him green. You gotta paint the suit on him.
Right.
And hope for the best.
Yeah. It's like, it's kind of, yeah. Either way. But, so that was my introduction to Green Lantern. That was my introduction to Martian Manhunter. That was my introduction to the different Green Lanterns, which is great. I didn't know there was different ones. But it was great. It was awesome. Then, of course, you had the regulars, the best of the best Superman, then the rest. So it is what it is. But the Martian Manhunter scene was just amazing because I did not see it coming at all.
No.
I was like, oh, Lois and Clark, whatever her name is, Martha Kent. I was like, okay, they're talking. And then she leaves the room, and all of a sudden he turns to an alien. She turns to an alien. I was like, that's Martian. Oh, I just lost it. And then when he turned into the general who was in Man of Steel, I was like, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
See, I definitely didn't make the connection because I've only seen the movie the one time. And then you explained it to me about how there's it was like a theory for a long time.
Because of his name, that was one of his aliases that he used in the comic books, was whatever the Colonel's name is. I don't know his name. But that was one of his names in the movie. So that was great. Next up, Steppenwolf looks fucking amazing. His armor is amazing. And I like how you can differentiate between his body and his battle armor, and when he has it on and when he doesn't. And I like how his body armor is active. That was the best. When he was getting shot with those arrows, that's when I was like, all right, Chris was watching the movie. I've seen it. I saw it yesterday, right? And I'm like, all right, Chris was watching this. I was like, he's gonna perk up at this moment, and I knew it.
When he was getting shot, and he went like,
and I was like,
flex, like all the arrows just like snapped out of him. I was like, oh, of course, that was awesome.
You were like, oh, I was like, now we're in. We are in for all of it. Because same, I was too. That was kind of the half-hour mark. That was right around the half-hour mark, and that's why. So yesterday I was texting Chris. I was like, I'm only gonna watch like half of it. It was like 2:00 already.
Yep. A.M.
2:00 a.m. And I was like, I'm only going to watch half because I want to go to bed early. I work third shift, guys, so my early is like 5 a.m. Probably what's going to happen tonight. Probably 7. But
After you watch Justice League again.
Hey, don't tip me with a good time. So I was like, I'm going to watch half an hour into the movie, into this 4-hour movie. I text Chris. Matter of fact, let me read you the text, guys. I was like, wait, when was this? Yesterday?
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah. He was like, are you going to watch? Are you going to be able to watch? Oh, I said an hour. Oof. Yeesh. I said I was going to watch an hour of it. I was like, probably not, but, you know, I'm going to try, blah, blah. And then I texted him half an hour into it. I was like, by the way, 30 minutes in, no spoilers, but I have some thoughts about this movie. And it was right after the scene where I saw Steppenwolf shake off those arrows, and I was like, we might have to watch this tomorrow. I was like, ugh.
I had a feeling. I was like, we might watch the movie tomorrow.
So for me, Steppenwolf is a better villain this time around than he was the first time. Like, I completely believed he was as strong and as good as he was. Mm-hmm. Last time, I was like, oh yeah, Superman's going to come back and kick his ass easy. Which he did again.
Oh, of course he did.
But this time, watching him, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He might be in for it.
They did a lot more in this version to make him seem like a big threat.
And also, this version was rated R, and people were dying.
Yeah.
Okay? Blood was shed.
He was chopping people up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Listen, I've only seen an object get swung harder one time in my life. His name is Anakin. Okay?
He was the object?
He was swinging an object. I was the object.
Anakin used me like an object.
Yes, he was swinging for the fucking fences with that axe that was always on fire. By the way, I don't know if you noticed that.
I definitely did.
Either way, Steppenwolf is a beast / his armor. I got a couple more and then I'm out. Next up, and I just like it. They actually call him Superman in this movie.
Did they not in the
I don't
regular
think so.
one?
I don't think they said Superman. I don't remember them ever saying Superman. Because here's the thing.
That might be why I noticed it in this one. Because he was like,
you can notice it.
Superman now, and I was like, what?
Yes. They say Superman a lot in this movie. And they're like, Superman's plane, Superman this, Superman was my hero.
Yeah.
The Flash did not talk about Superman in the first one.
No?
He never took... No, you remember him?
I honestly, I remember the first one.
You said you're on the same
or like the
one,
original one. I remember seeing it, but I remember some parts of it very well, and I remember some other parts of it not at all. Mm-hmm. And maybe if I'd seen it more than once, definitely I would remember it. But, you know...
I've only seen it twice. But that's fair.
You've seen it twice as many times as I have. Double.
Okay. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's fair. I doubled my sales, guys. From what? 2 to 4?
Yup.
Oh, shit. No, you're right, though. I agree. But I can tell you, at no point did the Flash ever say Superman was his hero in the first one. He never said, because he was just, this one, he was just like, oh, Superman. Oh, man, I wish Superman was here. Because he never said that either. He says that in this one. He's like, oh, man, we could really use Superman right now. And I was like, they are just calling this man's name.
Save us, Superman.
Same.
And it worked.
Captain Save-A-Ho. Next up. To Chris's delight.
Uh-oh.
The Flash.
Hey. Finally.
If you go back, and let me just say this right off the bat, 45 minutes into this show. Right off the bat, 45 minutes in.
We're at...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
And I was worried.
About what?
Be it a quick one.
Oh, no.
That's what she
Never
said.
worry about that. Yes.
That's what she said.
Right off the bat, there are 2 episodes because I messed up the cord and the audio, and instead of redoing it, because we'd have to do 2 episodes, I tried to fix it, and it barely worked.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, one of the episodes is Justice League.
Yeah.
And I was pretty sad because that was probably one of our better episodes, in my opinion, up until that point. I was like, damn it. I fucked up a good thing. And I think the one right before or after, so it was either Shazam or Suicide Squad. It was one of the two.
I want to say Suicide Squad sounds right.
Because we shitted on it.
Oh, God, yeah.
So, if you go back and listen to it, please have a soft heart for me because I messed up. But it's okay. I don't mess up anymore. This red fucking cord does not get left ever again. It didn't get left before, but that's neither here nor there. Let's stop talking about my mistakes. Let's talk about my likes.
There you go.
So I did not like the Flash in the first one. I actually just read a thing right when I was looking up who he was, that apparently a lot of people didn't like the Flash either in the first one. And they just thought he was just like slapstick and he didn't really need to be there. And I agree. He didn't. He was just there for comedic relief, which was fine, except for I thought Aquaman was funny too. I thought Bruce Wayne had some funny moments.
Yeah.
Superman had like 1 or 2 funny moments, but he was only in it for the last half hour. Wonder Woman, I mean, when she beat the shit out of Bruce Wayne, she was kind of, that was funny. So like him being slapstick, it's like, okay, it's a little bit much. Like that's kind of how I felt. This time, the Flash had some stuff to do.
Yeah. And
by stuff to do, I mean, he had a lot of scenes. He had a lot of scenes with action. He had a lot of scenes of him doing the Flash things. And honestly, not just running away. Because that's what he was basically last Justice League.
Yeah.
Because when they went and fought, what's his name?
Steppenwolf.
In the little island.
Yeah, didn't he just like push a truck around with people in it, like to get them out of there?
Yeah. I meant in the island, but that was that one too in Russia. Yeah. Okay, so in the island, he kind of did the same thing, but also kind of not. In the island, he carried one by one person out of the room to save them, including Cyborg's dad.
Yeah.
But in this one, Cyborg actually saves everybody, and the Flash is just like, I'm here.
Yeah, he's like moral support. He's like, I could do this way faster.
The greatest thing about it, though, was when they get outside, the building kind of explodes because Steppenwolf goes through it because of Wonder Woman, and all the rocks are falling. Honestly, it was probably one of the best parts.
Oh, no,
because he's jumping around, saving all the rocks, and then it almost crushes Cyborg's dad. And I was just like, I've never seen him do that much before, and it was kind of amazing.
In like full speed action.
Yeah.
Because all this other stuff was like in slow mo to show you how fast he was going.
Yeah. And the greatest thing was like, I don't know if you caught it. I have obviously watched this 2 times, but like the way they were showing him, his silhouettes were like he was doing like ballet. Like he looked. He
was like
funny.
Jumping around. Oh, it was awesome.
It was so good, and I was like, okay, so that's one. 2, when he saves a girl who was super pretty, by the way. He was looking at her.
Yeah.
And I was like, I see you out here, Flash. I see you, Barry. Tell her your name is Barry, like Barack. I don't know how you get him. I have no game. But I was like, I see you. I hope that's his girlfriend, honestly. I don't know if it is, but either way. He looks at this girl, and then she gets in an accident. He saves her, and then he gets a job with dogs. But the best part about that whole entire sequence was not him saving her, which was great. Yeah. Not him looking at her, whatever. Is when he busted out of his shoes. I was like, that's... Yes. If you can... It's like Sonic. Sonic had shitty shoes because he could run so fast, and shoes can't keep up with him. And to save this girl, he turns and his shoes explode. And I was like, I love this movie. That's what I said to myself yesterday. Saw it today and was like, same.
Still true.
Still rings true. And then when he broke the glass of the door, he was going so fast, it kind of like bent, then so good.
That was ridiculous.
I loved it. Then at the end, when he turns back time, which I was told he can do.
Yep.
I was like, okay, maybe he's not useless because these people die. Superman was dead.
Yeah.
His blood was out of his body.
Yeah.
Kryptonian blood spilled on Earth's soil was out. Cyborg was dead. Batman probably died first.
If Superman's dead, Batman's been dead for weeks.
Yes.
Let's be.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Dwight. Thank you. Pam says that, but still, Sam. The ending when he gets up to speed to bring Superman back, he's going super fast, which was a great flashback scene, by the way, or a premonition, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And then when he has to break his laws to go fast enough to get a charge for Cyborg to separate the mother boxes. It's just, I was like, they gave this man a lot to do. And I loved it. With that being said, next up, Cyborg. Cyborg. First off, watching Victor Stone, a.k.a. Cyborg, watching Victor Stone play football, I play football. I love the game of football. I hate watching football. I think it's boring. I can watch it and like it, but ultimately I'm bored. More than likely, I'm bored. If you see me watching a football game, my phone's dead, and I don't want to do anything else. That's the only reason you'll catch me watching. Watching him play football, that whole sequence of his flashback, right when him and his mom were in a car accident, I just thoroughly enjoyed. It was so good. And then when he's finding out his new powers, when he gave the lady money who didn't have any money, this guy, when he wasn't even a robot and he hacked into the school system to change the girl's grades because her mom lost her house and she was homeless. Cyborg can do no wrong in my eyes.
He's a good man in this movie.
He had a lot to do in this movie.
Yeah.
He was in, like, what did I say, 90%? I was like, I wasn't far off.
Close.
He was in this movie a lot, and he had a lot to do.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it.
I would agree with, you said it earlier, that it's like, you could say that this was Cyborg's movie.
Yes.
Similarly to how I think we've said and other people have said that, like, the Avengers movies are like the Hulk's movies.
Fair.
I would say that, like, this, you could say this was Cyborg's movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a big enough character, which he could be, but he's not a big enough character to carry his own movie. But this is it.
After this, maybe. But, you know, like, prior to this.
Yeah,
if
the first Justice League, they
Yeah.
were like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah. Which I don't get how the Flash got it, but also, whatever.
I don't know. I don't work at Warner Brothers.
Same. So with that being said, I stopped taking notes after that. There was so much more I liked about it. I liked Darkseid. I thought he was amazing. I liked Steppenwolf, which I did say that already. Superman coming back it's Superman. I saluted to the TV when he showed up on screen.
Yes, you did.
I did. That was for you, though. I'm pretty sure I did that yesterday, too. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, well, I feel a little less special now.
Sorry.
That was for you. I also did it when you weren't around.
I did it again specifically for you. How
Okay.
about that?
Okay. Good feelings back.
No, yesterday I was watching. I was like, look at Henry. I was like, Henry Cavill is just a gem. I was saying that when they were doing that little posing scene at the end. I was like, look at that butt chin. You facial deformity. I love it.
He very much looks the part of Superman. Honestly.
Same. So are you changing your rating for Man of Steel because of that?
No.
Podcast over. No.
Good night, everybody.
But no, that's all my likes. I'm gonna kick it over to Chris.
Okay.
Kick it.
I got some likes. First off, Superman's dead. First scene of the movie.
There's no need for that.
And it's the first thing I wrote down with an exclamation point.
There's no need for that.
He died. He did.
Get that hate out your system.
Wipe yourself off, man. You did.
And guess who's coming back?
Yeah.
Justice League 2.
Guess who will be back for Justice League 2? None of these guys. None of these actors, at least.
Facts.
I liked it. Second like, Steppenwolf looked so good.
So good.
And you already said it, and I'm going to agree with you. His armor, the way it was like almost breathing on him, it was like bristling and like moving. And then when he like got into fight mode or got angry, it like spiked up and formed like fucking needles and spikes on his body. And he looked like if you like punch him, you'd just lose your arm. He looked ridiculous, and that fucking big flare axe he was swinging on everybody was incredible. When he was in the, I don't know, the Amazonian Superdome, just rocking the shit out of them, and they had to drop. I thought they were just dropping the building on him. They're like, seal it. And she runs out of the building with the box, and they're knocking the fucking columns out. They're like, get the hammers. And the Amazonians are knocking the columns out from under this building. And these stone doors start falling. And is it Hippolyta that's got the box? And she's running out of there. And she makes it under the first one. She makes it under like maybe the second one. And then the third one starts to fall. And it looks like she could either like Indiana Jones slide under it. And these two Amazonians just fucking like catch it on their shoulders. They're like, go! And she then like Mega Man slides under the door and gets out. And everyone in that building is presumed dead. Hopefully to them, including all the parademons and Steppenwolf. And I was like, okay, that's going to be the end of it. And in the head, I'm like, that building's not going to hold him. The land falls out from underneath it, and it falls into the fucking ocean. Mm-hmm. All the cliffs and everything are just falling into the ocean, and they're like, oh, we made it. Earth is safe. And then he's like, nope, and flies out of the fucking ocean. He's like, I'm back, baby. And then he's chasing them. They're on horseback, and he is just like super jumping ahead of them, chopping people down. They're shooting arrows at him. The one ties a rope around the box, and he like his axe is coming down on her head, and like you can see her eyes like start to turn red because that thing is coming out on her face, and she shoots it, and the arrow like flies away with the box on the rope, and it like gets it a little bit away from him, and it still doesn't save it from him. But he was a monster in this movie. And he looked so much better, like you said.
Yes.
He everything about him was 100% improved. His little mind reader machine bug thing.
Oh, the spider?
Yeah, that was like, oh, if you knew anything, it would either...
Have you ever seen it?
It seemed like it wasn't... Like, it was pulling it out of them, but only, like, if they had information to give you, or, like, if you wanted to give it up. Because the Atlantean guy's like, I will never betray... Atlantis, and like, you already have, and it bing, shows them the box, and he's like, oh shit, because then he tried on that janitor guy, and it wasn't giving him anything
because he didn't know.
Yeah, and he's like, he doesn't know, and they're like, yeah, you're probably right. How about you?
Fair.
And then Ray Fisher's like, get the fuck off my dad. And he could have said it that way, but he didn't. He could have, because there were some fucks in this movie.
There were a lot of fucks.
Fuck the world.
Fuck the
Quote,
world.
Cyborg.
I will fucking kill you. I was like, go Batman. Yeah. That's a... Ben Affleck.
Yes. I like Ben Affleck.
Let me stop. You go.
Let's go.
Get frustrated.
Next, like, Age of Heroes versus Darkseid. Great. When Diana was explaining it, after she went into, like, the little ruins thing, you got to see men, boring, Amazonians, Atlanteans, and the old gods of Earth, and a Green Lantern.
Space heroes.
A hero from the stars, you're from space. A single Green Lantern fighting Darkseid's forces. Amazing. Mm-hmm. You got to see Ares come back. Mm-hmm. You got to see Zeus, her dad, throwing lightning at people. Mm-hmm. You got to see the Green Lantern dude just lasering people in the face, and then get his hand chopped off and his ring fly off into space. You got to see
after Darkseid tried to touch her.
Yeah, after he like looked at it for a second and made a move, and then it was like zip, gone. Yeah. I'm like, thank God, I'm sure he doesn't need that shit on his side. At the time, King of Atlantis was out there wrecking shit with his trident. Everybody was fighting against everything, and it looked so good. I thought it was great because in the original version, they did that scene in like a minute's time.
Yeah, 2 or 3 minutes.
And this one, apparently, like you said, people were complaining that she talked about it or like that they described it as it was happening. I thought it was amazing. I thought the whole scene was great. I think her narration added to it.
Absolutely.
Because, like we said, I recognized Ares, but also they said it was Ares. I didn't recognize that as being Zeus because he didn't look like every other version of Zeus. He wasn't an old white dude or like a big muscly white dude with a long white beard and a toga holding a lightning bolt. He looked like, I think I said too, I was like, is that Hercules? Like, is that supposed to be a Hercules character? Because he was like a young man with like dark hair and a beard, like short dark hair and a beard, and he was juiced, and he just looked like he'd beat him to death. I was like, that's probably fucking Hercules. He's like, no, that's Zeus. Okay. And then he like put his hands together and started shooting lightning. I was like, okay, it is Zeus.
I don't know if you noticed, he had the Jack's arms. I was like, this guy, like at least his forearms, and then that's where the lightning came from. Honest, and this is what I said to Chris. I was like, I don't know if I said it. I said it in my head. I was like, I could watch a movie of this. Yeah. Like just, and not like the movie. What was the movie called? Damn it! What's the Greek mythology movie
Clash
called?
of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans and all that. Clash of Demon Head or whatever.
I'd watch that.
Same. But yeah, I don't want to watch. I want to watch a movie with this Zeus.
Yeah.
And this Artemis and this Ares and whoever else.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Artemis shot that ship with their glowing arrow and blew it the shit up in one hit.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
That was great.
Loved it.
The whole sequence I thought was awesome.
That whole thing, man. The Green Lantern.
And it was like our first real look at Darkseid.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't even think they showed him in the first version. Nope. They mentioned him. Like, they mention him, and then you see, like, the Omega symbol.
Do they mention him?
Or maybe they mentioned him by showing the Omega symbol during the nightmare sequence, and that's it.
Yeah, and that was the nightmare sequence.
Yeah.
And that was it.
And that's it. Like, in this one, he is... Like, it's established and he is a presence that, like, you know he's around. And he's... Steppenwolf's out here wrecking shit, but you know Darkseid is his boss. And he's afraid of him, so you should be afraid of Darkseid.
I wonder if Josh, J-Dub, took that out because it was too close to Avengers.
Maybe.
I need answers.
Maybe.
Because it's like Thanos and Loki.
Yeah.
But this was nowhere near. Not at least Zack Snyder's version was nowhere near. No. Honestly, this movie might be better than the first Avengers.
Because there was
maybe
to go on with Darkseid. I thought Darkseid looked cool when they had their little flash forward thing of someone dies and Darkseid is out there just wrecking people. They showed him in Atlantis. Killing Atlanteans underwater, and then he does his like eye lasers that just like go all over the place.
What was that about?
That's like his thing.
Is it?
From what I'm again not super familiar with it, but I've seen a couple things of him. One of his like signature moves is the eye lasers, and they just like omnidirectional. They just like bend and at like sharp angles, and they just eye laser you to death. He's a bad man, or whatever the fuck he is. I don't know what he is, but Darkseid was cool. He looked cool and he looked threatening and good. Next, like Barry Allen, the Flash, or as I called him, the Michelangelo of the team. I probably said it in the Justice League episode that we did before also because I was noticing just some similarities. Fair. He at one point was eating a pizza right out of the box, so there's a step in the right direction. He was a snack hole. He was a black hole of snacks, a snack hole. His intro scene where you talked about it, and I will go on that, where he saves the lady. He's having a job interview, and for all intents and purposes, he was not getting that job. He pulls his crumpled up resume out of his pants pocket, and he's like, resume, the French participle of, he's like, the paper monster that lives in my pocket ate my resume. And it's just being a goober. Like, he wasn't going to get hired, but like that girl caught his eye and she caught his, and he caught her eye, and they were exchanging a glance. And a very reckless possible murderer was driving a truck, reaching for a fucking burger, drops his cheeseburger on the floor of his truck, and decides to just like put his head under the dashboard and try to reach for it for like 5 minutes apparently, driving down a city street, almost kills somebody, if not for the intervention of one Barry Allen. Barry, like he said, like moved his feet and his shoes stayed there, and he like ran out of them, touched the window of the storefront that he was in, and it like melted almost, looked like as he pushed it out, and then it shattered. Runs out into the street, and this is the part that I'm glad he didn't say. Stops in the street, and the pavement like when you stop on a throw carpet, is like curls up underneath his feet. Incredible. I thought that was so good.
It's funny. I was gonna write that down. I was like, I'll remember it, and I didn't.
Yeah, because I wrote it down. I wrote street carpet, and it was so great.
I agree with you though. Yes, because I was like, that's kind of realistic.
Yeah, that was awesome. The truck took out that hot dog cart, and he like grabbed just like a naked hot dog and put it in his pocket, and I was like, I wouldn't eat that. After we just got done talking about the guy reaching for the floor burger, I was like, I wouldn't eat a pocket hot dog either.
I said I would.
That's fair. I would not. I wouldn't eat that floor burger, and I wouldn't eat like a stray, unaccompanied.
A floor burger, I would not eat. That's just too much.
Because that was still in the wrapper, and I still wouldn't eat it. I still wouldn't have eaten the exposed burger. No,
I usually know what's in my pocket.
That's fair.
So I'm cool with it.
That's fair.
I wouldn't do it, but if I was hungry enough.
Yeah.
To be fair, he didn't do it either.
Yeah. He gave it to the dogs. Yes, which I was very happy to see.
So that's
he saved the girl, and he brushed a little hair off her face and saved her. And then the guy who fucking recklessly operates his truck looks up from the accident like, oh, what the hell? And then goes about his business unmolested. No one did anything to him after that, and they should have. They should have stopped that man. But I thought that scene was great. Next, Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Because Ben Affleck, I thought, killed it every time every time he's been in a movie. I think we've said it.
He was Suicide Squad. He was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He owns 6 satellites.
He does.
6. He says it. He owns, by the end of the movie, he owned a tank. A fucking tank. He had an aircraft, like a mini aircraft personnel carrier. He had the Batmobile. He had the Nightcrawler weird spider walker thing. He bought a bank so he could get Martha Motherbox Kent her home back. What are her superpowers? I'm rich.
Facts.
Great. I liked it before and I like it now. As the fucking, was it the suicide doors closed on his car? Hey, what are your powers? I'm rich. Bitch. Just bought this baby. Straight cash.
Straight cash.
Yeah, he's got that permanent stimulus check.
He said, I am flush with cash.
I made my money the old-fashioned way. My parents got shot in an alley. I like him. I thought he was good.
God damn it.
I thought he was good in the parts where he had his energy absorbing gauntlets, where he was just taking the gunshots, and then Superman comes back to life, and they could not hold up to those fucking I-beams.
Listen.
And that was cool. Honestly, I thought that was cool.
I thought Batman was done for.
Oh, I was like,
is he not in the rest of this movie?
You're going to lose that arm.
Because fuck the arm. I thought he got this. Okay. The first time I was like, oh yeah, he had the gauntlet. I didn't know there were 2.
Yeah. I think they just had the one. He's like, oh, he's going for seconds. He's dead.
He was like, no, don't do it. I'm like, okay, somebody's going to come save him. And then the second one, this is the first time I watched it. He was like, he's going at him. I'm like, he's killing this man.
Yeah.
He is killing this man. Because then I didn't, in my first time watching, I didn't see him put up his right hand the second time. And I was like,
they're just shooting him right in the face.
I was like, Batman's dead.
He's got no head.
I was like, head. This man is dead.
Yeah.
This man does not have a family. This man is dead. And I was like, also,
stop the damn match.
This
man has a butler.
The only thing I thought, I was like, he's dead. Then I was like, this will stop all the arguments on who would win Batman vs Superman.
That shouldn't
and
have
then
started
he was alive, and I was like, another year.
The battle continues.
Another year.
Until the next one.
I thought Batman was dead. I would have been sad, but I thought he was dead.
I mean, well, let's go a little further in going back to that little scene where someone died. It was Lois. In like the little vision, that little dream nightmare thing that Batman has. Superman is holding someone's skeleton in his hand, and Darkseid is standing behind him and just kind of like walks past him.
Yeah. I thought he puts his hand on the shoulder.
Or did he? Yeah, he like, okay. Yeah, he's like, well, I know what comes next.
Who you with now?
Yeah. I'm like, well, you got nobody left.
Come to daddy.
Join me and we'll rule the galaxy as father and son. And he fucking killed Batman in that little sequence. I'm almost certain he was holding Batman's cowl and there was smoke coming out of it as he was like flying toward the camera. Yeah. I'm almost certain that's what that was.
Because he burnt him up like the nightmare scene.
He fucking flamed on him. Yeah. Awesome.
If we're going to go out.
He's going out hot.
Go out to Superman.
I guess. So there you go. There's a like that I gave you that included Superman.
Wait, was that the like that I didn't... Wait, what?
Yeah.
Was that the like that I thought I was...
No, that's still coming.
Oh, okay. I was like, this is just... That's too much.
Next like, Cyborg. Enough. I thought he was good. I like that he was kind of cold, kind of like, mechanical, kind of distant, very much like humanity versus, like robotic. I'm like, oh, well, we got to do what I got to do. I have to. If I don't do this, it's like, oh, if you do that, you'll die. If I don't do it, everybody dies. It's the only choice. And I was like, well,
calculate a risk.
Yeah, we don't trade lives, Captain. Fuck that shit. He's like, if I have to die to save everybody, I will die. Fair. And I was like, that's something that I don't think maybe I could do. Who knows? But I don't think I could. So I'm gonna give it a like for him. But also, I just thought he was cool. I liked his. Yep. I thought he looked good. I liked every time he was in that little hoodie, that red like glowing zipper part right in the middle. I thought it was real sweet when like the other half of his face like metaled over and he had like the full, he called it like the Deadshot helmet look with like the one red eye. I thought that looked sweet.
I didn't mention
his like Mega Buster arms, great. I thought he was cool. Mini like J.K. Simmons, awesome. The whole scene where they fight Superman, I liked it in the first one, and I liked it in this one.
Fair.
And I won't go any further into it. Here's the like that's for you. I liked it when Superman was beating the shit out of Steppenwolf.
Oh, yeah.
When he just had him down, and he was like, punch, laser, punch. When he cut off half your head with a fucking eye laser, he beat his armor off him. He punched his helmet off of him. Mm-hmm. And then they just fucking murdered him.
Yes. They gang
so
murdered
good.
This man. Yes.
He throws him toward the portal, like they like punch him. He like punches him up toward the sky, and I was like, "Is he gonna beat his ass into space?" And he's like sticks him in the wall. I was like, "Oh no, never mind." And like Aquaman impales him. The only thing I cared to see that him do in this movie, throws him toward the portal, and Diana cuts his fucking head off. Mm-hmm. And Superman just had him down, just ground and pounding him. I thought that was awesome.
It was like a 15-hit combo.
Dude.
He was like punch, punch, laser,
and
laser, punch, punch.
He chopped him with the axe, and he blocks the axe for Cyborg, and he's like, not impressed.
That was so good.
And then he freezes it, because didn't he do that in the first one? Not in the same like instance, but didn't he freeze his axe and just like shattered it? Honestly, I thought it was cool.
Can I say, the whole sequence of him fighting them was completely different from the first one to this one. Yeah. I was like, dude.
I thought it was good. This movie had good action scenes.
It did.
It really did. Mm-hmm. I thought the effects were really good. I thought the action was great. Mm-hmm. I liked it.
I agree.
But those are my likes.
Okay.
And you got a Superman like, so there's that.
He was good.
Yeah. I'll admit
it. Okay, this is what I told Chris. I know Chris. We all know that Chris doesn't like Superman. We get it. We get it. I just shot him a look.
If looks could kill, I'd be Superman at the beginning of this movie.
You'd be Steppenwolf at the end of this movie.
Steppenwolf at the end.
So, because only one of us is coming back. Either way, I told Chris. He was like, "Am I gonna like Superman this one?" I'm like, "No," because he doesn't do anything different. But he does get less screen time than he... I don't even know if he got more in the last one. But he literally... I think he might have got... Because the movie's longer, he might have got more screen time. But in the first third of the movie, let's say the first half of the movie, first 3/4 of the movie, of the 4-hour movie, they mention him like twice. Yeah. Like they mention the name, but they don't ever talk about bringing him back. And
until they do.
But before that, like the first Justice League, they were talking about bringing this man back from the beginning.
Yeah.
They were like, we need him back. We need to figure out how to get him back. We got to get him back. And I was like, okay. Try to go at it alone for a little bit. No, they said no. We're going to just go. But this time, they were like, man, wish we had Superman. Well, we don't. So we have Wonder Woman and Batman. And that's definitely not enough. But, well, Batman's the part that's not enough. But Wonder Woman could probably do it by herself. Because she was out there killing them.
Maybe. But... I mean, he did say, or Steppenwolf said, like, when I was killing your family back on Themyscira, he's like, you weren't there to protect him. And you could have.
Yeah.
But you were there to protect him from me. And you could have. And I was like,
every time he fought Wonder Woman, he, like, beefed up. He was like, okay, I got to get ready for this. Because, like, during the scene when they're on the island... that's when he said, he's like, you could have protected him, Bob. Or no, did he say that then?
I thought it was near the end. Or maybe it was then.
He says it a couple times, though. He was like, oh, no, he goes, this is the first time they fought. And he goes, he's like, oh, like your sisters.
Yeah.
But stronger. And then he stands there for a second. And he looks at his sword. He goes,
he's like, going to go for it. Like,
I don't know. He was like, can I reach it in time? And it only reminded me of Clint Eastwood. Make my day. Actually, it reminded me of The Mask. I've never seen that movie. But it just reminded me of Jim Carrey.
Whenever I think of that, I think of Whose Lines Is It Anyway? Ryan Stiles does that, but he does it as Carol Channing.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Do you feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Yeah, so he was looking at it, and she looked at the sword, and then he looked at the sword. He looked at me, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I looked at him. And as soon as he goes to reach for that sword, she tackles the shit out of him. And I was like, as she should.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, he did, like, taunt her a little bit, and I think it was near the end. He was like, you could have protected him from me. Yeah, it was like the first time the fought. He's like, yeah, just like your sisters.
He taunted her like 3 times.
Yeah.
Because the second time, he was like, oh, you could have blah, blah, and she fights him. Then the third time, he's like, I killed your mom. And she's like, you liar. You are a liar. And which her mom didn't die.
No.
So I was kind of confused at the end why she was kind of sad.
Yeah, he's like, your country burned, and I saw you, and your mother was in tears, and then I think he's like, and then I killed her.
Yeah, I'm like, none of that happened.
Well, then she cut your fucking head off.
I think that's why she did it.
Guess who got the better of you?
She Thored that motherfucker. She
went for the head.
It was good.
Should have gone for the head.
Let's see. Let's go to some dislikes. Do you want to go first?
Okay.
I
didn't love the soundtrack. Largely, but it didn't.
We were talking about that.
Yeah, like it didn't ruin it for me by any means. I thought, like the orchestral parts, and obviously Wonder Woman's battle music is good, but like I thought the parts where, like during Flash's intro scene, and I want to say it was during one of Cyborg's intro scenes, that those weird I think it was during Aquaman's intro scene, those weird songs that were playing. To me, just felt odd. And I can't really describe them because they weren't like songs that I've heard before. I don't know if they were made for this movie, but I just thought they were kind of weird. Not a huge dislike. It didn't ruin the movie by any means for me, but I just thought the soundtrack was kind of dumb. That's kind of it. Yeah, that's kind of... I don't really have any big complaints about it otherwise. Because, again, I like the first version of it.
Same.
I didn't dislike the first version. I don't dislike this one. I enjoyed it. I'm not going to call it a perfect movie. I'm not one of those people who thought this movie was going to be the best movie ever made and was going to fix movies and make my life worth living again. Because I know there's people out there that thought that. But I was like, yeah, I'll watch it. I do a movie podcast, for God's sake. I will watch this movie. Surprise, bitch. You've been listening to a movie podcast.
Some fries, baby.
Some fries, motherfucker. All rise, motherfucker. But yeah, like I liked it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't really have any dislikes.
Okay.
Your turn. Surprise me.
I have 2 dislikes.
Okay.
One, kind of dark. It was actually a darker movie. Dark in the sense of actual lighting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of another movie we saw like that. What movie am I thinking of? No, I'm serious. I don't remember.
Like this is a serious question.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I mean, I hate to be that guy, but like pick a DC movie that's not Aquaman.
Yeah,
and most of them are kind of like monochromatic, not like overly colorful.
So
kind of like gray.
I thought Man of Steel was pretty colorful.
That's fair.
I thought Batman vs Superman were colorful enough.
Yeah.
More than this. I feel like there was another movie that I said that was like super dark and I didn't like it, and I don't remember which movie it was. Maybe it was DC. I don't know, but I didn't think it was.
I remember you thought that the power plant scene fight in Wonder Woman 84 was too dark, and I think I agree with that part.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, because like my thing is, I want to see some shit. And honestly, I really do think it's my TV. Thermo detonator scene. What is that? Solo was kind of dark. I'm looking at my old ones. I'm like, Solo. It was Solo, I think it was. I was like, okay, you didn't have to be that dark. And Wonder Woman 84, I'm pretty sure.
The power plant scene is like the only part of that movie I can think of being overtly dark, like in lighting.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, dark in the last fight. Yeah, that's what I wrote. Okay, so this movie was just dark. And I really do think it's my TV. I don't think it is... I don't know. Sometimes my TV is just weird. But also at the same time, at the very end, and I remember it very, very vividly because I've seen this scene multiple times, but when Deathstroke meets Lex Luthor on the boat, you see the silhouette of Deathstroke driving up, but then you see him get off of the boat and walk onto the boat in the first Justice League movie. This movie, you did not see that.
Yeah, you kind of couldn't.
Like, he was there. You could see it if you looked, but you could barely see it if you didn't know what to look for.
Oh, I forgot to mention that I like that scene.
Yeah, Deathstroke was cool. Yeah, I know. I
Jesse Eisenberg was killing it.
He's the best. He's so good. As Lex Luthor, he's so good. I didn't say all that, but just because I forgot. I didn't write a lot of stuff down after a certain point.
Yeah, at a certain point, I was just watching the movie.
It was a good movie. Good movie. But kind of dark. There were a lot of scenes where I was like, man, maybe I should just turn off this light. I really thought that, but I just didn't. Next one. It's not really a dislike as much as it is a obvious choice. But I put it as my dislike because I'm not going to say I liked it, but I don't want to say I disliked it, but I want to bring it up. This movie is not as funny as the first Justice League. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I brought it up is because one of my buddies tweeted that he didn't like he said the first Justice League was awful. And he said the reason why is because it was rushed, there was no exposition, and it was campy. And I was like, I grew up with this man, and I'm like, I know you like Batman Forever. At least I think I know he likes Batman Forever. At least I remember him liking it back in the day. Sir. Campy? Okay. Flash? Sure. I would call him campy in the first Justice League. I'm not saying he was, but I would call him that if that's what you want to call him. But that's it.
Yeah, there's not... Where's the camp coming from?
I don't know. Shazam? Campy.
Fairly.
For the most part.
Yeah.
At least him Shazam. Everyone else was serious but him.
At the end when all the kids turned into Power Ranger Shazams?
Yeah. Campy.
Yeah.
But
this one? The
first
one? Really?
It wasn't as serious, but it wasn't campy.
It wasn't. They weren't like, trading one-liners. They weren't like...
Compared to Marvel, DC is not campy.
Yeah, it's much more serious.
Absolutely.
Because I know that's one thing that people complain about with Marvel movies.
Absolutely.
Is like, oh, it's too jokey. It's too everyone's just coming up with quips left and right, and then they're like, okay, That's fine. Like, if you don't like it, that's fine. I'm not going to tell you you're wrong because you don't like it.
If you don't talk to your friends like that, then what do you do? Because that's the way I talk. I speak in alliteration. I don't speak that way, but I just like that word.
I say dumb shit to people all the time. Even if we're not, even if I'm not, especially if I am friends with somebody.
Especially
even if I'm not, I'll still throw in a dumb line just to see if I can get a laugh out of somebody, or to see if I can get a reaction, or just to get one out of myself.
That's what he said. I'm gonna
Let me get one out of myself real quick. Oh my god.
Nice.
One of my most disliked ways to hear someone refer to masturbation.
Hey, gotta love it.
God.
But it's not really a dislike because I really did like the serious tone. What's his name? The Flash still was the comic relief.
Yeah.
He wasn't as campy, quote unquote, as he was in the first one. But all the rest of everyone, they were serious. Yeah. And I loved it. I really did. I thought it was great. I thought the seriousness of it, 4 hours of very serious superhero movie is a joy. I don't necessarily like all serious comic book movies. I know why they turn that way. I have a theory that I heard from someone else.
What?
Was that, I thought I told you this, but the theory is that Schumacher, who made Batman and Robin, was like, camp it up because either he didn't want to make the movie or something happened. I forgot why. Or he was in a fight with somebody, so he was like, I'm fucking it up. And not like fucking up, but he was just like, I'm going on camp. I'm doing Burt Ward and fucking whatever his name is.
Adam West.
Yeah. He was like, and that birth Batman Begins, which was serious.
I do remember you telling me this.
Yeah, the Dark Knight trilogy. And in my opinion, I personally think the first one was not Batman Begins. I thought it was the Hulk. The first Hulk with Eric Bana came out in 2003. That was a serious Hulk. That was a serious movie. There was no laughing. I hated it. Either way.
Hated it.
Same. So
never saw it.
Those are my two dislikes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
before we go to Slush review, anything we missed in the movie that we didn't talk about?
Well, the Lex Luthor and Deadshot scene, like that.
Stroke.
Oh yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Wrong person. At least I didn't say Deadpool.
I mean,
they ripped him off for it. Or no, they ripped Deathstroke off to make Deadpool.
Nice.
Yeah, supposedly anyway.
I mean, Deadpool's better. Yeah. He's immortal for the most part.
You wouldn't beat him in a fight.
Who?
Deathstroke would not beat Deadpool in a fight.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know much about Deathstroke. So let me tell you what.
He's just a guy who's good at killing people.
So here's the thing about Deathstroke.
If the guy you're trying to kill can't be killed.
Fair. Here's the thing about Deathstroke. I didn't really like comic books. That's not the problem with Deathstroke. But it's not a problem with me either. But I didn't really like comic books. And I didn't watch a lot of G.I. Joe. So first time I heard Deathstroke and the first time I heard Destro, I thought it was the same person.
Yeah, with the metal head.
I had no idea who was who. Until I watched G.I. Joe live action in like 2008. I was like, Destro. Oh, okay. I thought we were just, slanging it up. I was like, yeah, Deathstroke. You're like, yeah, Destro. I'm like, yeah, same. That's the same. That's the same thing. We're talking about. We're saying the same words. You're just from the South, and I'm not. That's it. Even if you were born here. Even if I'm talking to my sister.
I already declared it to you as such.
So I thought they were the same person, and then someone's like, "Oh yeah, Deathstroke," and I was like, "Destro," and they're like, "Yeah," and Batman. I'm like, I thought he was in G.I. Joe, and I was like, I had no clue. So it was just fun. It was fun to find out. So either way, I don't remember where we were. Slushie Meter. By all means, sir.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 4.
Okay.
I gave the first one a 4.
Oh, you did?
Yes. I think I did.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I did. Because I think that was one of my higher rated movies of the DC. It was like that one and Aquaman and Wonder Woman, I think, were like my highest ones.
No. But Harley Quinn, Man of Steel.
Yeah, and Suicide Squad. Yeah, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Take me back.
Aquaman.
Take me back in time.
That's the way I remember it.
It's getting all wavy.
5, 5, 4 and a
flashback.
That's what I heard.
I'm gonna give this one a 4. I liked it. I think I liked it just as much as I liked the first one.
Okay.
I think it was better. I'd say it was better than the first one in a lot of respects. I don't think I super duper enjoyed it more because of that, but I still enjoyed the movie.
Fair.
And I definitely don't think it was worse than the first one.
No.
I'd say it was... Well, no, I'd say it was better than the first one, but I'd still score it the same just because it didn't blow me away, but I thought it was a very solid movie and I enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a 4. I liked it.
Okay. 4.5.
Okay. Oh,
I like this movie.
I thought you were gonna just straight up give it a 5.
No, I didn't like it that much.
Well,
It was kind of dark.
And the only reason I thought that was because you watched it last night, we watched it today, and you're like, I might watch it tomorrow. At one point, or at least you were like in the next week, I might watch it again. I was like, I think you might give this movie a 5.
I might have said it as a joke, but also
sometimes I can't tell.
I know, right?
Sometimes when people change
me,
their faces, man. I can't tell what's happening.
It's me. I don't know. I'm the worst.
No, Britta's the worst.
As he says with a sarcastic tone. No, you're not the worst. Yes, Britta is the worst. 4.5 because one, I am judging it based on the other one.
Mm-hmm.
This is a completely different movie than the other one, even though it ended practically the same, and even though it didn't really start the same. There was so much more. It started off with a bank scene with Wonder Woman in the first one, and it started off with super slow mo of somebody getting into a fight by a fruit stand. And yeah, it was weird. But Superman was dead, so it's like,
so apparently
now
anything
there's
goes.
fights in the streets.
Yeah.
Like, oh no!
Hey, that guy's dead. The guy who wouldn't give a shit if I punch you in the mouth and took an apple is dead.
Punch you in the machine.
So he wouldn't care if he was alive, so he's dead. So guess what? You're really gonna get punched now.
Yeah, as long as you're not punching Lois, we are good.
He will come back. Superman would rise from the grave if you punch Lois. From Death Valley, Superman, and he'd come out and punch you in the fucking orbit for hitting his old lady.
Same as he should.
Well, I'd like to think I'd do the same.
Fair.
Not for Lois Lane, of course.
No. Also, I thought it was like 10 times better than the original. And I'm sad that we had to sit through the original to get to this one. I thought just the Cyborg story made me like Cyborg. Flash made me like the Flash. Aquaman, no change. Love Superman even more.
No change in hell.
Same. Batman was the Batman. I like Ben Affleck as a Batman. Honestly, tell me he's not the best one. You can't. Because even though Michael Keaton's great, fine. And so was... You just said it.
Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Kevin Conroy, Adam West. Even though Adam West was... Honestly, he was probably the worst. But I get what was going on, so I'm not even mad at him. Rest in peace, by the way. There you go.
Tell me Batman's not the best one. Wonder Woman, no change. She's still great.
Yeah.
Liked her in both movies she's in.
Yes, yeah, I didn't really mention her because she really, nothing with her changed. No. Aside from her chopping that dude's head off.
Which was great.
Which was awesome, and I did mention that. She didn't really need anything more because she already had her own movie.
Yeah.
And she didn't need much more to develop.
And to be fair, Aquaman did too, so there's nothing else that need to be said because they both had their movies, so which is fair. But also, they could have then... I mean, Batman did get a little bit more, though. To be fair, he did. But he should.
Yeah. He's Batman.
He's Batman. Even though he can't win in a fight with Superman,
no,
he's still Batman. So to me, it was a better. I love the villain choices. Darkseid by himself in the first movie was okay. I don't know if I said this at the beginning of the podcast, but I didn't think Superman was needed to beat Steppenwolf in the first Justice League. Didn't think he was needed. Mm-hmm. This one, Steppenwolf was a fucking beast. And I was like, when? And the fact that they didn't mention Superman that much, I was like, is he even in this? And I knew he was in it, but I still was like,
did they think they have a chance?
I don't know if he's coming back soon enough, because Steppenwolf is on a roll right now. So
he went 3-0 on the mother box getting.
He kind of did. He killed some people for that box. Mm-hmm. And so for me, with that Darkseid being available, the Age of Heroes scene, incredible, amazing. Just that scene alone made this movie better than the other movie. The Flash being able to do something in the movie made this movie a better movie. Just those two scenes alone, like separately. Like if nothing else happened but those two, I'm like, okay, cool. Cyborg. The football scene, just give me the football scene and then the crash that he's in with his mom. Like, give me those things in the first movie. I would like the first movie, 4.5, whatever. There were so many things that got taken out of this movie from the first time, or that was taken out from the first one, or I don't know what I'm saying, but I know what I mean. And that shouldn't have been taken out. And Josh did a disservice to DC fans. And I think that's why they weren't going to go with a sequel. If, after this 4-hour movie, they don't choose to continue the DCEU, the DC is dead to me.
Like, dead to you like you wouldn't dead to you like you wouldn't watch another one? Or dead to you like in your opinion it's dead, like they don't have a chance of bringing it back?
Yeah, it's dumb. Because I'm going to watch Robert Pattinson the Batman. I'm going to watch it. Begrudgingly. Because Affleck isn't in it. And then he's supposed to be in The Flash, but maybe not.
We'll see if it gets made.
It's a whole thing.
Honestly.
Yeah, because the dad fell out. He fell off.
Yeah.
Dumb. So either way, 4.5 for me.
Fair. Actually, no. I'm going to go 4.25.
Ooh.
Because I was thinking, I was like, I can't say that it was better and score it the same. So 4.25.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know what I gave the last one. I feel like I gave it a 4 as well. I feel like I did. I feel like we agreed.
Yeah. Or we were at least close.
I don't think I gave it a 4.5 because it wasn't a perfect movie for sure. Who knows? Yeah, so 4.25, 4.5.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that was a review for Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's been trying to come out for 4 years now.
Sheesh.
We redid it. And at the end, and you, I'm sure you said something, but you made a noise the same exact time, and I like that. This is a like for me. The same exact time I did when I watched it last night for the first time.
I think I know what you mean.
At the very end, it says for Autumn, which I'm sure is his daughter. Mm-hmm. I was like, yes. Yep. Like, and I heard as soon as it popped up, you were like, and I was like, same. I was like, hell yeah, because like to do something, to go through something like that, and then to be able to come back and finish it on your own accord, absolutely. Yeah. That's just I'm not really a sentimental guy. I don't really give a shit about it a lot, but that I was like, yeah. That's not true. I've been crying at a lot of these goddamn movies.
Same.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
The older I get, the worse I get about it, honestly. When I was...
Chris, I watched a TikTok the other day. I was like, okay. Let me stop.
When I was a kid, the only movie that I remember for sure that made me cry, Land Before Time.
My Girl.
Never saw it.
Bawled out.
And that's why you got upset earlier when I said something.
Chris made a joke about Thomas J not having his glasses, and that's a problem. Okay? I still think about it, all right? Goddamn. Thomas J.
Yeah, now like almost any movie where like someone loses someone important to them, I get a little misty-eyed. At least
he lost his shoe. Oh, I'll tell you what the worst is. Wait, what was it on? Was it Marvel or Disney? The shorts that they be doing beforehand. Have you seen them? Mm-mm. Go to Disney Plus and watch the shorts.
Oh, whoa! I've seen some of them where they're like, oh, I went to see the movie and they played a short beforehand. Yeah, I've seen some of them.
The bow one. Yeah, have you seen that one?
Yeah, It like seemed like it was like a lighthearted thing, and it was about like the lady lost her son or something, or was it like he grew up and moved away, and she was just lonely.
Bro, yeah. There's another one where they're on the beach. It's not bow. It's something else. It's like a bird or something. I was like, okay, guys. Can we get to the lightheartedness? Like, I'm tired of you guys
making me cry,
tugging at my heartstrings, guys. Like, gosh.
I can't watch Infinity War without getting misty-eyed at the end with Wanda and Vision.
Listen, even WandaVision was kind of. There was a couple scenes.
Had its moments.
All right, okay. I see what you guys are trying to do. Stop now.
Knock it off.
Knock it off, you two.
Keep it down in there.
Yeah, it's Endgame. Endgame tears me up. It's just
same.
It's the Endgame.
You want cheeseburgers? I can get you as many cheeseburgers as you want. I'm like, God damn it.
That's it. It's the kids, man.
Yeah,
it's the kids. I feel like you ever seen Unbreakable?
No.
Well, I mean, I feel like you kind of know now, but maybe not.
Is it a guy who can't be broken?
Yeah, Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson.
Yeah. Because Samuel Jackson is Mr. Glass.
Yeah, he is. It's a whole thing. It's a whole trilogy, which is great. Like 30 years in a making.
Yeah, but you didn't know it was a universe thing until like they made another one.
Yeah. So Unbreakable came out in, like, let's say 2000, and then Split.
Yeah.
With, Patrick Stewart. Yeah.
Patrick Stewart.
Professor X. That came out in like 2015, and it's like, well, yeah, this is a universe. I'm like, wait, no, no one said that. They're like, but it is. I was like, because here's the thing, they didn't say it until after the movie came out. So you're watching a movie, and you're like, this is crazy. And then at the end, Bruce Willis shows up, and I was like, wait, that's Bruce. And they're like, yeah, but he's David. I think it's like David Denman or something from the first one. It's like, wait, from Unbreakable. And then you like, Unbreakable. It's a whole thing. And then you're like, Glass is coming out, which I haven't seen yet. I still haven't seen the last one. I'm like, I need to.
I haven't seen any of them, so.
But yeah, either what was it? I don't even know what was I referring to?
Things that make you emotional in movies.
Yeah, but I said something on Unbreakable, but that was
I don't remember. I wouldn't know why because I don't have the references.
Fair. I'm not gonna.
It's not on my resume.
No, I get it. I don't know. Okay, well, either way, next week we don't know what we're doing because it could change just like it did this week.
Yup. Yeah, we weren't going to do this today. We were going to do 2 other movies instead.
Yeah, we were going to do 2 other movies. Technically, we did 2 movies.
Yeah.
4 hours long. Nice. Probably next week, though, we're probably going to do King Kong. Skull of Monsters.
Yeah.
And then... Nope.
Skull Island.
That's not right.
And then Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yes. That sounds more like it.
Those are the movies. I don't know if those are the ones we're going to do next week, but those are the movies we were going to do this week.
But those are movies were we going to do something else?
I don't think so.
Because I feel like...
I don't know.
We were like, we'll do these, and then we'll do Justice League next week for sure.
Yeah, and then we're like,
we'll
do it live. We'll do it now. Because you were high on it, and I was like, the more you were talking, I was like, I kind of want to watch Justice League. But I was like, we already had it planned.
You know what's really crazy? I was telling you, like, you should watch it first. And I'm like, I don't think he has HBO Max.
I don't.
I just thought about that like 5 minutes ago. I
don't. Megan has it.
Yeah, okay.
But she wouldn't watch that movie with me.
Well, not 4 hours of it.
No.
You just go to sleep. And then...
Honestly, that's what it would have been. I have to wait for her to fall asleep and then turn it on.
It was literally like 1:30, 2:30, and I was like, I think I'm going to start it. And I was like, what am I doing? No, this is a good idea.
Is that the sun?
Literally, listen. Let me tell you, I feel like Scott
those
Pilgrim.
Birds?
What? No, it's like 6 o'clock. Look, I don't know if you can see, but underneath the blinds, there's like a dark area. You see that? Oh, when I see light, like I'll be sitting here like, 6:30. It's not that late. Okay. Close the laptop. Time to go to bed.
Keep those blinds closed.
Yeah, but then it's like an hour later, and I'm like, okay, I'll finish this video. Then like the next video shows up, I'm just watching fucking YouTube videos all day. It's my life. I love it though. Either way, that's it for us.
All right.
For this week. Make sure you follow us on all the platforms: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I have no
You were
idea.
looking at me like I was
looking at myself. I was like,
I don't have my own. I don't have another social media app coming out anytime soon that I'm aware of.
Oh, let's not. Yeah, fair. Yeah, so follow us on those. Also, the Patreon is live. If you want to follow, whoever you guys are,
Give us some free money.
Slushie review on Patreon.com. Also, that's pretty much it, right?
I think so.
Follow us, like, and subscribe. We appreciate it.
We're likable.
Please go to our YouTube, and we need more subscribers. We have 2, so that's it.
You're welcome.
Wait, who is it?
One of them's. I'm pretty sure one of them's me. It's not. It's not. Well, then I'm responsible for one of them.
I was saying it's your girlfriend.
Yes, it's Megan. It's my fiance. Yeah,
and then
she's.
my sister just subscribed over the weekend.
So we're we
2.
doubled our subscriber count.
I subscribed, but because it's the same
count,
email, it doesn't count. And I was
It's
like,
about to go up to 3. Hang on a second.
I was like, that sucks.
We're gonna do it on episode. Let me find it real quick.
Oh, here we go. No, I can like it though, but I can't. Like, me subscribing doesn't change the subscriber number, unfortunately. So I was like, it is what it is. So every time I look at it, I'm like, that sucks. But it's okay.
How do you work this thing?
And this next episode is called Old Man Struggles with Technology.
What?
What are you guys saying?
What's happening?
Huh?
Honestly, I don't know how to subscribe to their channel.
Get the hard candies.
Ooh.
With
the Werthers.
Wait, let me see what you got. I can show you.
Oh, no, duh. That's where it says subscribe. 32 years young, folks. Subscription added. 3 subscribers.
Money in the bank, guys.
Boosh.
Money in the bank.
Hear that? That's the sound of checks rolling in. So, better hop on that money train, folks, before it leaves the station without you. Just saying.
Man. Good times. Let's see. That's all we got. We'll see you next week.
Yes.
Same Bat Channel, same Superman place.
Hey.
Fortress of Solitude, Lois Lane, Clark Kent. All the good things. I got nothing. But either way, that'll be it. This has been Keith.
And Chris.
And this has been Slushie Review. We'll see you next time. Bye.